Hi, everybody. This is Sterling McGarvey,
And Lorenzo Valoria.
and we are checking out Dragon's Dogma. So, Lorenzo, you checked this out at Capcom the other day. So, give us some rundown. What is Dragon's Dogma?
Well, Dragon's Dogma is a pretty standard action RPG or set in a fantasy world, and as you can see here, there's a dragon.
Yes.
And this is the first cutscene in the game, and it's a pretty standard. You go around and kill bad guys and gather loot, and there's also a companion system, and the companions are called pawns, and they really talked a lot about that, and we'll go into in further detail.
And that's pawns as in chess pieces.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
So
This does look very trademark Capcom. This very lush, high production value cutscene.
yeah, the cutscenes are pretty awesome. I mean, these are a bunch of harpies flying around the dragon, and he just woke up. So
And it looks very cranky.
yeah. And there goes one.
So it's a pretty good long demo that you got.
Yeah,
What you were saying earlier.
we were able to play about an hour's worth, but we chopped it up because who wants to sit through an hour-long video?
Mm-hmm.
But here's the character customization. So your main character is called the Arisen, and from the beginning of the game, you see that the dragon ends up killing you and takes your heart away from you, and you die. But because of the dragon's magic, or it wasn't really fully explained to us, but you come back to life without your heart, and you're connected to the dragon. So this is the character customization. You can choose your voice, your name, your nickname.
What a name there.
Yeah,
I see.
that was one of the options in there. I didn't actually type in Fanny, but
Okay. Or the metric system.
But this is pretty standard. You could edit the hairstyle, the face, and you could go into pretty good detail here. You could adjust the entire structure of the character's face, basically. But there's a lot of different hairstyles. I figured the mohawk looked pretty cool.
Yeah. Now, obviously, you've got plenty of customization options. I assume there's a random generator for people who are not so inclined to go into the details of their character?
Oh yeah, of course. There's some preset ones. See, like there's preset bodies, but you could go in and go into these scales here and adjust the way you want it to be. And I didn't feel like making a tall, skinny, typical elf, so I went with the short, stubby one, more like a dwarf elf.
Gotcha.
With a mohawk, and you could adjust the weight.
Mm-hmm.
So
You went with a
chubbier is always
hefty
funnier.
elf.
The heft.
Helft.
So as you can see,
Sounds terrible.
there's plenty of options here just to edit the body. You could adjust the bust size and everything, and musculature. Kind of.
Mm-hmm. Definition.
If you want a ripped, fat dwarf elf, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
And then there's additional features like the wrinkles. You can make your character look old if you wanted to make him look old or young. But that looks pretty nasty, so I just went back to the
Shallow.
young-looking elf dwarf. And of course, there's makeup for the ladies. I'm gonna go for the Highlander option here. Or is that more like Braveheart?
Actually, it's almost kind of like Urukai. That's what it makes me think of.
The white hand.
Yes. Unless you can even tweak the shoulders, I see. Yes, confirm. Start playing.
Yeah, there's enough fooling around with that. But So that was the main character, the Arisen. You also get a main pawn, which is your main companion, and you can also customize their look and their body exactly the same way as you did with your main character. So this is the intro scene.
Did they indicate when you were checking this out at Capcom how far along the game is in progress?
They set it for release in March 22nd, so
We're
it's
very close.
It's
then.
pretty far along, yeah.
Oh, I see.
So-
Okay. That gives me a good idea then.
And this, I assume, is a love interest or a friend. Not exactly sure. We didn't get too far into the game, so. But of course, I'm just the standard peasant, and trouble comes, and I have to come and kick its butt.
It's the dragon!
Let's see how the dragon fares in game versus those cutscenes. So I assume the arrival of the dragon also kicks off a tutorial?
Not quite yet. They just kind of let you go at it. Actually, before all of this happens, we kind of skipped it, but there's an action sequence that kind of gives you a rundown of
How to play.
the gameplay. So this isn't my first time controlling it. There's just that small scene in the beginning. Yeah, grab that sword, stubby elf dwarf lady.
All right. Now we have some fun.
This dragon's just massive in game. Just
Wow, yeah.
he's not
Quite a
playing
sense
around.
Quite a sense of scale here.
Toasty. And the way you fight monsters in this is it's kind of like Shadows
Shadow
of the Colossus.
Mhm.
Or you could like the control scheme's down at the bottom right hand corner of the screen,
Oh,
so
I
you
see.
you could grab onto the monsters, slash them up, and actually climb around on top of them. And most other monsters, this is just like a beginning monster. The standard monsters outside in the world will have weak points, so you'd have to climb up to a weak point and hit it,
And then
weak
attack
point.
it.
There's a life bar of your enemy on top, and there's those little dots there. Those are basically like stages
Of
of
the
battle.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay. That sequence is very Colossus climbing like.
Yeah, so obviously, I couldn't defeat the giant dragon.
The giant dragon looks thrilled right now.
Io acquarata misquirait.
It speaks English. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's a talker. Not exactly sure what he's saying though.
Mi esquarota. Quanto la
This is razor sharp precision here.
Oh, that's where he steals the heart.
ne Gregori. Nestesta. Nesti. Mi esquarate et malaga.
Oh, I thought he was speaking English. Never mind.
Nom nom. So somehow I'm still alive.
Yeah,
At this
we're just
point.
gonna suspend disbelief because it's not every day that giant dragons come out of the sky and start talking to you and stealing your heart out. So now that we've checked out the cutscene, what's the deal in terms of actions, role playing? Is it more hack and slash? Is it party based?
Well, it's
What kind of details do you have on the combat? I mean, I know we'll see them, but I'm very impatient. It's my first time seeing this, so I'm hitting you with questions.
well, the combat's very team based. You'll have a set. You'd have your main character, your main pawn, and 2 other pawns following you. You could, have less than that, but that's the maximum party, and they'll help you with combat. They'll sometimes have knowledge of creatures that you encounter, so they'll give you clues on how to defeat them, or you could see, they'll show you weak points on that monster, and we'll see it in a little bit. I take on a giant at some point and actually pick up some companions.
So you're politely telling me to just shut up and keep watching. Got it.
And it's class-based too. You could choose between a warrior, a mage, or a rogue type character.
Mm-hmm.
And the warrior standard, swords and shields and big weapons and armor and that kind of thing. Magic for the mages, of course, and the rogues will have bows and arrows and daggers. And each, you kind of want to have a balanced party once you get your companion. So. Here I'm just choosing between the classes. Just decided on the mage since, magic usually works well against big monsters and stuff.
You can make everybody else handle your lightweight.
Yeah. There's basic inventory. You'll go and pick up, just random items. Sometimes they'll just be throwaway items, but you could equip them however you like, and you could also equip your companions with whatever you find as well. So where's that?
You say it left a glowing scar?
Yes.
So everybody
The
knows that
wound is
I got
closed,
killed
but
by
it
the
seems
dragon,
the
and I'm
ghost has passed
not dead, so the other
Why
character's a little freaked out here.
If you would face me,
Understandable.
you are sure of this?
I mean, a
Yes.
mohawk
Ill
and face
magic,
paint is one
the work
thing,
of
but
some curse. The whole
your heart
world's
being
already
torn
gone
out.
mad for fear of this dragon.
That's
Won't
just
no
strange.
good come of this. I must go see to the others, Kina. Tell me if aught changes here.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
we
we're
jumped ahead a little here, so
we're moving ahead to gameplay where this is a wide open world. You could explore it however you like. There's NPCs that will give out quests that and you'll run into guys like this where you could help them and get some items or maybe another quest from whoever you save. And this is a bit more tutorial. So with the mage, I could shoot a standard attack that's just real quick, or I could do a charge shot like you just saw with the fire,
yeah.
and I can smack people with my stick. So right now I just have the basic attack, so I only have fire attacks. And my companion right there on the right is Rook. He's a mage as well, and he's kind of enchanted my weapons with fire spell, so I could my smaller attacks will be
Oh,
enchanted with
amplify your
fire
damage,
as well.
yeah.
So this is a little bit farther along.
Okay.
and I just got a quest to go get some more companions. So this is the Riftstone, and you could find companions just walking around the world and ask you could hire them from the towns, or if you just see them out in the world. But you could also go to these Riftstones where you'll basically just get a crowd of them, and you could choose from that crowd. So now I'm creating my main pawn. So it's basically the same character customization as for the main character. So we're just quickly going through this right now. But you choose the voice and the body type and all that. So chose pretty much the exact opposite of my character, giant hulking warrior dude. And this is inside the rift.
You just spit them right out.
Yeah.
Hey, that's convenient.
Our fealty is sworn to you, Arisen. From this day, the Legion's men called pawns live and die by your command.
So I think you were mentioning earlier that the pawn system is something that you can build your party. You can other people can share pawns, or
Right.
Can you explain that? How does that work?
The pawns are the way you interact with other players. You won't actually see other player characters in the world, not like a MMO or anything like that, but you will see their main pawns. So if you are done playing for the day and you go and rest at an inn, your main pawn will be available for other players to pick up. And when other players take them out on quests or to kill monsters, your pawn will learn weaknesses for monsters that you might not have encountered yet. They might learn some information about quests that you haven't encountered yet, and they could actually come back with better equipment that they've gained from quests going out with other characters. So this is kind of a really interesting way to interact with other players in the community without actually having to play with other players in the community. And there's a whole system set up where companions, they could be rated by other players, and other players can actually give your pawns gifts to give back to you, so you could get items from other players that way.
Oh, it's an interesting concept.
This is our encounter with the Hydra Snake. So right now I have 4 characters, the guys with the green bars over their heads. So they're all different kinds of classes. I'm a mage, I have another mage, I also have my main
You got your warrior as well,
warrior,
right?
and I also chose a rogue. So I think I have a pretty balanced class here. All the other guys are just NPCs that are running amok. So if any of my characters had better knowledge of this creature, or this enemy, these red circles would, you could see exactly where you should hit this enemy. But they're already giving me clues. Go shoot for the head, so you can target the head.
There we go. Pop.
I am impressed.
Oh, I'll be damned! This your handiwork? For true? Oh, what did the lack of an idol doing here anyway?
Ancient tales of the Arisen.
And that's it for
For Dragon's Dogma.
for
All
Dragon's
right.
Dogma.
Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more content on Dragon's Dogma and other fine titles at Games Radar.